Hello everybody, welcome to Hollywood Stars Lifestyle. Welcome back to another amazing video, so please share and subscribe for more videos. Terry Eugene Bollea, born August 11, 1953, better known by his ring name Hulk Hogan, is an American retired professional wrestler. He is widely regarded as the most recognized wrestling star worldwide and the most popular wrestler of the 1980s. Hogan began his professional wrestling career in 1977, but gained worldwide recognition after signing for World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, in 1983. There, his persona as a heroic All-American helped usher in the 1980s professional wrestling boom, where he headlined 8 of the first 9 editions of WWF's flagship annual event, WrestleMania. During his initial run, he won the WWF Championship 5 times, with his first reign being the second longest in the championship's history. He is the first wrestler to win consecutive Royal Rumble matches, winning in 1990 and 1991. His match with Andre the Giant on WWF The Main Event on February 5, 1988, still holds American television viewership records for wrestling with a 15.2 Nielsen rating and 33 million viewers. In 1993, Hogan departed the WWF to sign for rival promotion World Championship Wrestling, WCW. He won the WCW World Heavyweight Championship 6 times, and holds the record for the longest reign. In 1996, he underwent a career innocence upon adopting the villainous persona of Hollywood Hulk Hogan, leading the popular New World Order (NWO) stable. As a result, he became a major figure during the Monday Night Wars, another boom of mainstream professional wrestling. He headlined WCW's annual flagship event Starrcade 3 times, including the most profitable WCW pay-per-view ever, Starrcade 1997. Hogan returned to the WWF in 2002 following its acquisition of WCW the prior year, winning the undisputed WWF Championship for a record equaling, for the year, 6th time before departing in 2003. He was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2005, and inducted a second time in 2020 as a member of the NWO. Hogan also performed for the American Wrestling Association, AWA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW, where he won the original IWGP Heavyweight Championship, and Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling, TNA, now known as Impact Wrestling. During and after wrestling, Hogan had an extensive acting career, beginning with his 1982 cameo role in Rocky III. He has starred in several films, including No Holds Barred, Suburban Commando and Mr. Nanny, and 3 television shows, Hogan Knows Best, Thunder in Paradise, and China, Illinois, as well as in Right Guard commercials and the video game, Hulk Hogan's Main Event. He was the frontman for the wrestling boot band, whose sole record, Hulk Rules, reached number 12 on the Billboard Top Kid Audio chart in 1995. Early life. Terry Eugene Bollea was born in Augusta, Georgia on August 11, 1953, the son of construction foreman Pietro Peter Bollea, December 6, 1913. December 18, 2001, of Italian descent and homemaker and dance teacher Ruth B. Moody, 1922, January 1, 2011, Bollea of Scottish and French descent. When he was 1.5 years old, his family moved to Port Tampa, Florida as a boy. He was a pitcher in Little League Baseball. He attracted scouts from the New York Yankees and the Cincinnati Reds, but an injury ended his baseball career. He began watching professional wrestling at 16 years old. While in high school, he revered Dusty Rhodes, and he regularly attended cards at the Tampa Sportatorium. It was at one of those wrestling cards where he first turned his attention towards superstar Billy Graham and looked to him for inspiration. Since he first saw Graham on TV, Hogan wanted to match his inhuman look. Hogan was also a musician, Spending a decade playing fretless bass guitar in several Florida-based rock bands, he went on to study at Hillsborough Community College and the University of South Florida. After music gigs began to get in the way of his time in college, he dropped out of the University of South Florida. Eventually, Hogan and two local musicians formed a band called Ruckus in 1976. The band soon became popular in the Tampa Bay region. During his spare time, Hogan worked out at Hector's Gym in the Tampa Bay area, where he began lifting. Many of the wrestlers who were competing in the Florida region visited the bars where Ruckus was performing. Among those attending his performances were Jack and Gerald Briscoe, two brothers who wrestled together as a tag team in the Florida region. Impressed by Hogan's physical stature, the Briscoe brothers asked Hiram Matsuda, the man who trained wrestlers working for Championship Wrestling from Florida, CWF, to make him a potential trainee. In 1976, the two brothers asked Hogan to try wrestling. Hogan eventually agreed. At first, Mike Graham, the son of CWF promoter Eddie Graham, refused to put Hogan in the ring. According to Hogan, he met Graham while in high school and the two did not get along. After Hogan quit Ruckus and started telling people in town that he was going to be a wrestler, Graham finally agreed to accept the Briscoe brothers' request. Professional wrestling career: early years, 1977 to 1979. In mid-1977, after training for more than a year with Matsuda, the Briscoe brothers dropped by Matsuda's gym to see Hogan. During this visit, Jack Briscoe handed Hogan a pair of wrestling boots and informed him that he was scheduled to wrestle his first match the following week. In his professional wrestling debut, Eddie Graham booked him against Brian Blair in Fort Myers, Florida on August 10, 1977 in CWF. A short time later, Bollea donned a mask and assumed the persona of the Super Destroyer, a hooded character first played by Don Jardine and subsequently used by other wrestlers. Professional wrestling career: early years, 1977 to 1979. American Wrestling Association, 1981 to 1983. After filming his scene for Rocky III against the Elder McMahon's wishes, Hogan made his debut in the American Wrestling Association, AWA, owned by Vern Gagne. Hogan started his AWA run as a villain, taking on luscious Johnny Valiant as his manager. This did not last for long as the AWA fans fell in love with Hogan's presence and Hogan became the top fan favorite of the AWA, battling the Heenan family and Nick Bockwinkel. Hogan's turn as a fan favorite came at the end of July 1981, when during a television taping that aired in August, Jerry Blackwell, after suffering a pinfall loss to Brad Rheingans, began beating down Rheingans and easily fighting off anyone who tried to run in for the save. Hogan ran in, got the upper hand and ran Blackwell from the ring. Hogan was eventually victorious in his feud with Blackwell and by the end of 1981, gained his first title matches against Bockwinkel, returned to NJPW, 1993 to 1994. On May 3, 1993, Hogan returned to NJPW as WWF champion and defeated IWGP heavyweight champion the Great Muta in a dream match at Wrestling Dontaku. Hogan wrestled against Muta again, this time under his real name, KG Muta, on September 26, 1993. Hogan also wrestled the Hellraisers with Muta and Masahiro Chono as his tag team partners. His last match in Japan was on January 4, 1994 at Battlefield, when he defeated Tatsumi Fujinami. Final years in WCW, 1999 to 2000. Hogan lost the WCW World Heavyweight Championship to Ric Flair at Uncensored in a steel cage first blood match. Later, Hogan was severely injured in a Texas Tornado match for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship featuring him, Diamond Dallas Page, Flair, and Sting at Spring Stampede on the July 12 episode of Nitro. Hogan made his return as a face for the first time in 3 years and accepted an open challenge from Savage, who had won the WCW World Heavyweight Championship at Bash at the Beach the night before in a tag team match by pinning Kevin Nash. Thanks to interference from Nash, Hogan defeated Savage to win his 6th and final WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Nash turned on him the next week, and the two began a feud that lasted until Road Wild.